Can Romney win? That's what we'll talk about for lunch today. Hope you're having a nice lunch. You know, the amazing thing about Mitt Romney is that from the beginning, he's always gotten 23 to 25% of the vote in the Republican primary. It didn't matter who was running. When they thought Trump was going to run, or Daniels, or Huckabee, or Palin, or Christie, in all of those fields, he was still getting a quarter of the vote. And then Bachmann surged, and then Perry surged, and now Kaine is surging, and in all of those polls, he's still getting 25% of the vote. That's quite an accomplishment. But the question for Mitt is the glass a quarter full or 3/4 empty? At some point, this race will narrow down to a two-way contest, and then 25% of the vote won't cut it. And at some point, you'll have to be a nominee. And if Romney is the Republican nominee, he's going to need 110% of the support of the Republican electorate. That is, all voters plus a high turnout if he's going to win, and 25% won't cut it. And it's kind of dangerous to look at nominating someone who's 75% of the vote would rather vote for anybody other than vote for him. And that's dangerous. He's got to get that fixed. And it's not as if the other voters don't know him. They know him well, or that there's a geographic polarization. There's really not. It's basically a socioeconomic polarization, which is dangerous. He's got to leap over the divide. He's already got the Chamber of Commerce, the Club for Growth, the Wall Street crowd, the Fortune 500, the major businesses and banks throughout the country, most of the Republican donors, most of the party leaders, the national committeemen, the precinct workers. He's got most of those. That's his 25%. But he's not doing as well among the evangelicals or the Tea Party or the voters in the South and the West, which is where the Republican Party has to run its strongest. So Romney has got to reach outside of this narrow pocket. And he's not really doing it. I was shocked the other day when I learned that he was invited to the November 28th Tea Party Patriots debate. That's the largest of the Tea Party organizations. Half of the Tea Party affiliates are in there. And Jenny Beth Martin and Mark Meckler, the heads of it, invited him to this debate, and he said no, he had scheduling conflicts. Well, he should get unconflicted, because this is the base he's got to talk to. These are the people he's got to persuade. Now, it isn't a sure thing that Romney will win the nomination, not by any shot. I think Kaine will give him a tough race. I think Gingrich is moving into contention. And as long as Congress is messing up the deficit reduction, you can't count Bachmann out either. So there'll still be real alternatives for the Republican nomination. But if Mitt Romney wants to be the nominee, he better start reaching out beyond that comfortable 25% he's been sitting in. Thanks very much. Have a nice lunch.